everyone, it's Kristie with AG Takes Over, coming to you sweaty because I just finished working out. But I have a long lunch, so I'm taking advantage of the opportunity to at least get started on decorating the dollhouse, the upstairs dollhouse for fall. So as you can see, I am in the downstairs doll space, and I do not decorate this entire thing for every season. Typically, I like fully decorate the upstairs dollhouse, and then I do like sprinkle little bits and things here, down here, just like so you can at least tell and have some change throughout the season here, but I really go to town on the upstairs dollhouse. And I've wanted to do a video where I show you all the things and then I show you kind of my thought process and putting everything in, because I like watching those videos. But my wife reminds me the fall decorating of the dollhouse is not a solo act. So she wants to be involved, and that room is so small that like fitting the two of us in there is challenging enough. Fitting the two of us and a camera and having the angle is not going to happen. So what I am going to do is show you everything in kind of like the pre-game, and then I'll come back and show you once everything's in. So if you look over here, and I have done extensive tours of this entire doll space, so just dollhouse tours, there's a playlist on my channel if you want to see. Highly recommend it. I love these spaces. They bring me so much joy, and it is a joy to share them with you. So please check out those videos if you haven't seen them. But this particular spot is all seasonal stuff. So there's one that says Dia de Muertos. There's one that says trick or treat bags and candy, smaller bins. One that's just Halloween. This one is fall, but not Halloween. So I'll put this out first because the fall stuff can stay through September, October, November. But then I will sprinkle in some Halloween stuff. So I'm going to start by going through this one. All right, this might not be the steadiest way, but it's the way that I'm going to do it. So these were originally coasters. Well, they are coasters, but I'm thinking, I bought these recently thinking they maybe could be like chargers or placemats and then put larger plates on them. They might be too big. I'm not sure. Grace said, I think they'll be a good size, but we shall see. I guess it also depends the size of the table that we end up using. And then here is a rug. Obviously, it's a placemat, but that is the oldest trick in the dollhouse book, right? Get a nice placemat and call it a rug. I thought this one was really pretty. And let's see what else. This little thing doesn't really, I mean, it flickers just a tiny bit, but it's not a constant flicker. And that could be a year-round thing, but the color of it, the light is so warm that I thought would be nice for fall. Pine cones. You never know when you're going to need some pine cones. I've got a few random things in here, like some pillows that I made. This one is several years old now. This thing, I don't know. It was trash. One person's trash is another person's treasure, right? It doesn't look like a fall decoration, but I put it on a shelf sometimes. Well, to get all the string off. Put it on a shelf sometimes and it looks really cute. These kinds of things are fillers. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I'm at the craft store, like if I'm at Michael's, RIP Joanne Fabrics, if these things are on the floor, I'll just pick them up because I'm like, I can do something with them. Little leaves. Sometimes I do a pumpkin patch, so you will see a whole, and I mean a whole lot of pumpkins, like realistic looking pumpkins. If I pause and just get all the pumpkins out, that's probably better. Hold on. Yeah, definitely a good deposit. Like half this bin is pumpkins because, like I said, we often do a pumpkin patch scene and have like an outdoor space and put pumpkins and little tiny leaves, smaller than this one, kind of scattered throughout. I'm not sure if I will do that again this year. Some years yes, some years no. This is another one where I made the pillowcase. We have some other less realistic, more just for indoor decoration, like within the dollhouse pumpkins. Some little velvet ones. Buffalo plaid. Here's some more velvet. Here's some cute little teal ones. So, you know, depending on what combination you go with, you can get a very different fall look. Speaking of the pumpkins, this is one. I don't remember where I got this, but I got it last year. And they're already glued together. Obviously, you could do this on your own, but I thought that was cute, and it was pretty cheap. More pine cones, more leaves, more leaves. What else do we have in here? Farm Fresh apple cider, 7 cents per gallon. a hay bale. I'm going to leave this in, otherwise it's going to get stuff all over the floor. Hello Fall. This is cute. It would look nice with some of those cooler colors. I like that. Lots of little pine cones. Again, more decorative, less realistic. A fall bicycle, if that's a thing. Welcome to our patch. That is from Target from a couple years ago. Pumpkin pie, baked fresh daily. And then on the other side is autumn leaves and pumpkins please. What else do we have? Homemade apple cider. More pumpkins, more leaves. Oh, this is a blanket. I feel like it's an Our Generation horse blanket, but I've used it for lining a wagon when I do a wagon, like pumpkin patch scene, or like a little picnic. Have the dolls just sitting there. Sorry for my arm being in the way. This thing, I don't know why there's leaves stuck to the back of it, but it's just a greeting card. And I'm from the Dollar Tree, and I just cut it out, and I think I stuck it on the wall or above the Our Generation fireplace. Pumpkin spice season, that's a bigger piece. Hot fresh cider. These fall signs get a little bit redundant, but you know, what I have noticed about decorating my own spaces is you think you have so much stuff, and then once you start putting it in, it really doesn't look like fall threw up all over the place. It looks like just the right amount of sprinkle, which is astounding to me. There's a little gnome. This I don't know that we have used before. I keep it in here because I think we're going to, but it's pretty big. It's really cute, but it's pretty big for the dollhouse. Again, more of these little bits of random things. Carve pumpkins, drink coffee, enjoy fall. And then somewhere around here is a little barrel. Oh, here it is. This barrel goes with these apples. Now, to scale, these are teeny tiny apples to a giant pumpkin, but they could just be a decorative element on a shelf, just like this little guy. Little teeny tiny pumpkins. I just like to have a lot to mix in here and there so that there's enough pop of fall color. So I think this is enough to get started with. Let me know if you would like me to do another one of these videos when I come back and add the Halloween stuff. If not, I'll just wait until wintertime and do one then. But for now, I'm going to pause. When my wife gets home, we will work on getting the house all ready, and in the blink of an eye for you, we'll come back with the finished outcome. All right, we are done. I'm excited to show it to you. I'm going to show you just a picture of the whole thing, like zoomed out, and then I'll do a video walking you through everything. Try to keep a steady hand, be forgiving if it's a little wobbly, but yeah, I want to walk you through it and point out some of my favorite things in the dollhouse. All right, so we're going to start on the far right side. And this is a very open concept floor plan for anybody who's not familiar with our upstairs dollhouse. We've got the Our Generation chimney, or fireplace. There you go, a little ambiance. Pumpkins are all over the place. This is just Dollar Tree leaves hot glued onto a piece of twine. Highly recommend that. It added a nice pop of color. There is a warm and cozy candle from my friend Joe over at AGTV for Life. This is just a greeting card that I got from the Dollar Tree and cut out because I thought it might make a good fireplace decoration. And then this fireplace actually comes open at the top, which is real dumb in my opinion. It just doesn't look nice. It looks very unfinished. So I just covered it with brown cardstock. And then you can set something on top of it. It looks a little more finished. Then over in the corner, we have a couple of gnomes. We've had them for a couple years. I don't remember where I got all of these things. I'll share if I remember, but the little milk crate is from Michael's, and they come unstained. And we have some that we've stained and some that we've painted. Guitar is just an American Girl guitar that's there because my wife was like, it looks a little boring over there. And then up here, we've got our pumpkin spice season. And then this light, which is a locker light. If you are not new to my channel, you already know this, but I hang this on by putting 4 metal thumbtacks because it's made to be magnetic to stick to the top of a locker. So I just put 4 magnetic thumbtacks where the metal pieces are, and there we go. It does not provide much in the way of light, but it does provide a lot of character. And then this whole couch set, the ottoman, the seat, and the couch, are from Cutie Pie Designs, who unfortunately does not make these anymore. So if you know of anybody who currently creates realistic living room furniture for dolls and you've had personal experience with them as a seller, please drop that in the comments. People always want to know that information. I sewed the little pillows. That's about the extent of my sewing. I can do doll curtains, doll pillows, doll blankets. They're just rectangles. The iconic and nostalgic mirror that you can get on Amazon is the only place I know, but maybe you can buy it directly from the seller. They probably still have these. A nice little hot drink. Not that you should set it right on top of your computer, but if your computer is really just a mirror, who cares? This little guy is pretty big for the dollhouse, right? But it's obviously was not designed for dolls, but I think it's like a nice big stuffed animal, and we never have incorporated this little squirrel into our fall dollhouse decorations before. This blanket comes from Maple Leaf. I forget what it came with, but anyway, it's from Maple Leaf. I'm just going to move this out of the way so I can zoom in here and show you a little table. I got a 4-pack of like doily coasters, and you'll see that I'm using all 4 of them throughout the house somewhere. And whoever is sitting here is sitting here with their giant Stanley drink. I opted for the light gold one instead of the pink or red one, just so that it matches the fall vibes more. And she's reading Meet Rebecca. And then the classic, have a placemat as your rug. It never gets old. It's perfect for dolls. There we go. So that's what I would consider the living room area. And then we're going to move over into the kitchen area. And not much has changed here except for the location of everything. We've got My Life as toaster and coffee maker, Our Generation microwave, American Girl crock pot, and a mix of, pots and pans on the bottom. And I believe I got this rack from the Target Bullseye section several years ago, and it wasn't stained, and I painted it white. And then at the time I'm filming this, it's actually the tail end of September. Probably by the time it's airing, it will be October, but there we go. There is Sydney Paulson's calendar, 5 Hens and a Cockatiel. And then I've got the middle kitchen, I guess. The American Girl had one kitchen, and then they came out with this one, and then now they have another one. So we've got the middle one. And it's got some measurements on there, also from Joe at AGTV for Life. I always like decorating the top of this. This right here was a container from some candy that we actually bought from the American Girl store. And then I figured that the empty container would be easy to incorporate into decorations. And this is the first time we've done that. So, yay. A mix of American Girl brand spices and some of the mini brands. And then here is a support beam because this is an 8-foot long dollhouse. So I'm going to pause and then kind of move to the other side of the support beam. Okay, that's just an easier angle for me. All right, so My Life as air fryer, AG mixer, My Life as blender with some French fries in it and some bananas. Don't ask me, ask my 5-year-old. A pie that has probably got 3 minutes and 59 seconds left to cool. And a cutting board here, eat together, live thoughtfully, gather often. I got that like at a thrift store. And nice little colander there. The pink thing is Our Generation. I know it's not really part of the fall aspect of the tour, but I will go ahead and open it just in case anybody's wondering how much it holds or what it looks like. There you go. It holds quite a bit. It's got a really nice like backsplash design against here. And these keep things from falling out. So it's a really nice design. I personally would rather it not be pink, but it's fine. It's got a lot of storage. There is some random stuff like a bucket of chicken and a big thing of bread down here. Some storage there. I think this thing is really nice. I was like, we don't need it. we don't need another thing in our kitchen, but Grace wanted it, so I got it for her birthday a couple years ago. And then that candle actually does work. More pumpkins, more fall stuff. I have mentioned this before that these windows, I think we bought them from eBay maybe. They were marked up. They at some point were at the Target bullseye section, but they are lovely. We move them around the house just depending on how we have the furniture set up, and I just take paper off the back. Those are things that I printed, and I have them saved, so I just go grab the next seasons each time it's time to change them. So I love these. Grace wants more of them because she feels like that wall over there is pretty boring and she would like to have a couple more windows. They're hard to find now. I did find a different version of them at the Dollar Tree once, but even then I don't see them very often. And here we go. I can't remember where I put the apples after our last trip to the apple orchard. So right now the apple bowl is pretty empty. That's okay. We're going apple picking soon. And another gnome. Just random things from kind of all over the place. And then here's the table. That's where two more of those little doily coasters came into play. Oh, and I meant to pick out some food and put it on here and put their drinks on there by the time I did this tour. So, all right, well, I'll do a picture at the end with the table fully set with some food on it. How's that? And then I've put a bag here with some caramel corn or some kettle corn. I don't know about you, but when we go pumpkin picking, we go to the same place every year, and we also buy kettle corn every single year there. Or apple picking. Anywhere that they sell the kettle corn for our fall things, we will buy it. And then if we move on over, we're almost at the other end of the house. There is this rack, whatever, shelf. It's like the back of it is actually teal, but I cut out brown cardstock and pushed it in the back so that it looks a little more in line with the color scheme. And just random things like a hedgehog maybe, a squirrel, some pumpkins and fake flowers and acorns, and this really cool, like, I don't know, picnic basket. I don't know. It looks like either a hat box or a picnic basket, but I got it at the doll show in Saline, Michigan earlier this year. There's a maple-y purse there hanging up on the side. A nice fall sign. We've got two of them, the bicycle one and the Hello Fall. This is from American Girl Ideas, Ruby something. I can't remember. I will try to link it in the description, but my wife made this door out of foam board, and it's fantastic. You could buy black foam board, or you could paint them, or you could color it with contact paper, whatever you want. But it's really nice because it's not stuck to the dollhouse anywhere. You can just move it around where you want. We've got some boots. This little doormat, I don't even remember where I got it. I feel like a thrift store, and I just thought it was going to be perfectly sized, and it is. And then we've got a little hay bale and some more pumpkins. So giving you the long, kind of spanning it, is there we go. And will I put fall decorations in our other doll houses? Yes, but not near as much. The vast majority of it goes here. And the reason is this is one contained space, and the downstairs doll houses are like a gajillion spaces, so it would take more stuff. And also I work in this room, so I get to see the fruits of our labor all day long. When I'm working, I can glance over and see all this pumpkin spice goodness. So this is where I prioritize seasonal decorations. But just above in this room, there are at least a couple of pumpkins. Not anything that would warrant a full tour, but hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments, do you, and I am going to do a couple pictures afterwards, but do you decorate your dollhouse if you have one? If you had one, do you think you would decorate seasonally? Do you go kind of over the top or just little bits? Do you have any favorite pieces or any favorite places that you look for pieces? All of that stuff and more is welcome in the comments. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you come back soon. Bye.